Hello everyone, this is my good friend Jacob McLaughlin, and he is currently in the job search for a medical sales position. He's landed some big interviews, and I know landing the interview is half the battle, so I wanted to bring him on to learn more about what he is doing. Jacob, thank you for doing this. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah, Scott, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate being here today. I guess the quick summed up version of me is I'm a personal trainer here in Scottsdale, Arizona, 25 years old. Work out of a gym, but I also have my own training business that I also do as a 1099. So I do that, but before that, originally from Iowa, small town, like 1,800 people grew up, played all the sports, played college basketball, and then went into strength and conditioning for a little while. I did that for about 2 years, and then went back to Iowa after doing some stints at some places. Was going to go to occupational therapy school. Didn't, because I didn't want to go into $150,000 of debt. So that's what got me into personal training and doing fitness, because I absolutely love it and helping other people. And then now I've learned about what medical device sales is, and so I'm looking at breaking in and getting my foot in the door.
Nice. So tell me, after you've applied for a medical sales job, do you stop there? Or are you doing anything else at that point to separate yourself from the pack?
Yeah, so when I apply, I actually go several more steps. So I'm going to research and see who the regional manager is or the hiring manager. I'm also going to see who the reps are. That I might be like, for me, it would be probably an associate rep. So I'm going to be looking at who the reps are, contacting them as well, and then also just contacting everybody in the Scottsdale or Phoenix area for myself, because that's where I'd like to stay if possible. But I contact everybody here just to try to get on the phone with them, introduce myself via phone. If they agree to that, I also then try to take the next step of meeting in person. That way I can introduce myself, because it's easy to sound good on a phone, but can I get in person with these people before an interview? That way someone has like a face-to-face with me, and they can go to bat for me if they really actually like me. So that's kind of my step process right now, is apply, but also reaching out to the regional manager, the hiring managers, and also all the reps in the area that I'm applying to.
So when you reach out to someone, whether that's LinkedIn, cell phone, email, how do you keep track of your next steps, data point from that conversation?
Yeah, so I've actually kept an Excel sheet. So on my computer, you guys, it won't be able to see it anyway, but I actually have an Excel sheet where it's labeled name, company, position, date, and phone/LinkedIn. And that just tells me, I put their name, I put what company they work for, if they're a territory manager, if they're just an associate sales rep, if they're a surgeon, what they are. And then also I put if I've talked on the phone with them, or a LinkedIn message if I connected via LinkedIn. And then I put a note. I talk about either something they said or something that's interesting about them, that if I talk to them again, I now have a talking point to bring up. And a lot of times I'll find that even by just doing research on their LinkedIn. So for example, if someone played college football, I'll go in there and I'll bring up playing college basketball, or even I did strength and conditioning, so I worked with a lot of college football players. They know strength and conditioning, so I make that connection and I'll bring that up. So yeah, just keeping it in an Excel sheet and keeping it all tracked. In the last 3 months, I've been able to connect with 113 people right now.
Wow.
So 113 that I've actually talked to or had a LinkedIn message. I would say I'm probably at 50-50 with phone calls and LinkedIn messages. But yeah, of 113 people I've so far been able to connect with. When it comes to reaching out to, I've probably sent over 700 to 800 messages via LinkedIn to just have those 100 reach back out to me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of work, and doing this has been it's a second job. Really trying to break in. That's the thing that I've been learning the most about is I'm just trying to do what sales reps are already doing. So if you're a sales rep, from what I've learned talking to other reps, but also listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, is you need to keep track of everything you're doing. Also, when was the last time you talked with a doctor or a surgeon? What was some notes that you have? Again, so this is just trying to put it what I'm doing to land a job, but talk to a regional manager is how I would go about it if I'm going to talk to someone. as a sales rep to a surgeon.
Thank you so much for sharing that, man. So any last pieces of advice for those chasing their first medical sales job?
Yeah. For me, I'm in the same boat right now, so I'm in it. I'm living it with you guys. I'm in the trenches. And the thing I just tell people is, after talking to several other people that are in the same search, you have to want it way more than everybody else. For example, everyone I've talked to that's been on the phone, it took them about 2 to 5 years to get into the medical device world, especially with no sales experience. For myself, I don't have that B2B sales experience that everybody else wants. So I know I'm going to have to rely on selling myself and my connections that I'm making through this process. But most people want it, if they got in 2 years, my goal for myself is 6 months. Now, does that mean I'll get in 6 months? No, but that means what they did in 2 years, I'm trying to do in 6 months. So that's why I'm reaching out. And I just say that because I've spent 8 hours a day talking to reps. I've set up calls from 7 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, talking from people from the West Coast to the East Coast. I've woken up at 5 a.m. to have calls with someone on the East Coast, just to connect with them and be able to have a conversation. So again, it's just, I think you have to want it more, and then also finding that person who believes in you and just proving to them, like for you've let me just be able to pick your brain, and you've given me such great information. So just being able to, hey, I'm not going to be a slacker. I can prove it, and what I'm doing now, I'll do 10 times harder when I'm actually landing the job and I'm in the field. Dude,
you are a rock star, man. You're gonna make it. I have no doubt. So if our listeners want a peer-to-peer perspective, how can they find you if they want to reach out?
Yeah, so I'm on LinkedIn, just Jacob McLaughlin as my name. Instagram, Jacob McLaughlin Fitness is my most used one, because again, I do my personal training. So that's the one I'm on the most. And then Facebook, Jacob McLaughlin, YouTube, Jacob McLaughlin Fitness. I'm always happy to answer any questions that anybody has. Because again, I'm in it right now, so there's probably things we're going through together, but also if you guys are watching this and I landed the job, I want to be able to tell you guys, hey, this is what worked for me, because I'm only as good as the people who've helped me, and I want to be able to help other people.
Thanks, Jacob.
Thank you, man.